Hello, welcome to the Fire Up Connect radio talk show on KCAA. Today, I'm your host, James Foo Torres, but you can call me Foo. I'm a PR expert, and today I have the CEO, the Vice President, and the COO of Strategic Advisor Board. And to tell you a little bit more about what Strategic Advisor Board, I have here the CEO of Strategic Advisor Board, Jason. Jason, how are you?
Hey, Foo, I'm doing great. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing super fantastic. Great to see you, like always.
Great to see you too, my friend.
So, can you tell us a little bit about the Strategic Advisor Board and how you guys are, revolutionizing all this consulting and advisory business?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it all comes down to this at the end of the day, and that is small business is the backbone of America. It is, right? And at the Strategic Advisor Board, our focus is on the small business. That's who we help. And we were really born out of really sheer necessity, the sheer necessity of small business owners that are just they're lost in their day, their week, their month, their year. They don't know left from right. They get to a point where, you know, really they don't know how to take the next step, right? And that's where we step in as a board of 10 CEOs, and we all own other companies other than the Strategic Advisor Board. And we come in and we basically act as their board of directors, and we help them through those muddy waters of growing and scaling their company so they don't have to take those arrows in the back, right? And that's important because small business, you can either be on the bleeding edge of things or, don't get the arrows in the back. You simply just don't have to be a pioneer, right? Because people have already walked in those shoes. And that's what we come in and we do for all of our clients. And we do it in a holistic way. We're not a typical consulting firm. We don't come in and ask for a bunch of money up front. We don't get paid unless we help our companies get a result. And that's really rare in today's, consulting world, for lack of better words. And, that's our focus. And I like to just say that we can bring the Strategic Advisor Board in, drop it in your company, and tell you to go on vacation, fix all the problems, and come back and enjoy. Well, we don't really do that, but I'm just saying we could, but that's the impact we have. The impact we have is coming in and being that power of 10 is what we call it, the power of 10,
Yeah.
and showing you through all that. And you're
Yeah,
kind
and
of a direct reflection of some of that yourself. So
yeah,
there you go.
definitely. I'm part of those people that have benefited a lot from the power of 10. And talking about the power of 10, I know that you released a book recently, and it got to
Yeah.
Amazon bestseller, like great success with your book. And can you tell us a little bit about that book and what's the intention of it, and what are the results
Sure.
that people are getting from like getting that knowledge?
Sure. Well, we really wanted to create something that we could push out in the world and just kind of showcase who we are, what we do, and so on and so forth. And our brand is that. We call it the Strategic Advisor Board, but then we call it the Power of 10, and that is our book, The Power of 10. And yeah, it did. It hit Amazon bestseller within 12 hours.
So,
And people love it. And we took all of the suggestions from the first book, and we'll be kicking out the Power of 10 Reloaded here in the next few weeks. So yeah, it's a great book. Small business owners can glean a few really good pieces of information from it, and implement them immediately for sure.
awesome. Yeah, that's so great that you were able to, compile all this knowledge here and like in a storytelling way, so it's enticing, and share it with the world. And clearly, it has a lot of value because it went to bestseller in just 12 hours. So, another thing that I would like to touch that I really like about the Strategic Advisor Board is how you guys are big in community, and how that relates to like remote work and really being able to survive during pandemics, right? Like things closed, like how do you, and that's something I really like. So I would like for you to tell our audience a little bit about how you approach building community and remote working on this day and age.
Sure. Well, I mean, community it's just that, it's community. And, we've seen a huge shift in the way community works, right? So, community came together and it supported local business. And that created a lot of things. That created the remote workforce where people, could work from home, so on and so forth. And at the end of the day, you know, we are where we are there, and we're going to continue that trend whether we like it or not, of the remote workforce. And this bleeds into the company growth conversation, how companies grow, how they're able to deal with that remote workforce, so on and so forth. And you know there's so much opportunity for companies now to plug into so much more using this remote workforce, and using that as a way to really grow their company and create that culture within inside that company, to make it even stronger, right? Because just like in real estate, if we compare the workforce to real estate, right now in today's time, it's a buyer's market. Well, in the workforce right now, it's an employee market, right? Because there's lots of jobs to choose from. Probably some of the most jobs that we've had in a long time to choose from. So people are able to be really picky. Well, if you don't have a remote option, well, I'm not going to work for you because I can work over here in this company completely remote. And as business owners, you're a business owner, Foo. So it's like, you know, how is it that you deal with it as a business owner and what you do? I'll turn the scale back.
Yeah, so for me, the like remote working has allowed me to be able to work from home and really live a life that I don't have to be worrying about, like damn, I have to go to work to put the time in, and like, oh, like check in, check out, and really just trade time for survival rates, right? And for me,
Sure.
that's something that is, it's really big, because I wasn't happy in that situation of just trading time for surviving, and I was looking for more fulfillment. And really, like COVID, all this pandemic for me was kind of like a blessing in a way, because it allowed me to have the opportunity to start a business online, and to be able to make it easy to communicate with people and to find really the opportunities that I needed, right? And then making the right connections from the comfort of my house, or really from the comfort of anywhere in the world. So that's something that for me it's very, very important. Thanks for sharing that with us, because I think that being being a business owner nowadays is very different than it was before, and that's why now we got to keep up with the times, right, and adapt to everything. So thanks for sharing your valuable knowledge. I know that the audience will find some value on that. So thanks for being here.
Absolutely. It's all Foo. It's always a pleasure to be here. And thanks for having me. Thanks for having my team. And, we're here to serve our community. We're here to serve small businesses around the United States. And that's really what it's about this year. 2022 is about creating community, creating joint partnerships, and creating, small businesses that are everlasting and leaving a footprint. That's what's important. Thanks for having me, Fu.
Definitely. Right after this commercial break, we're gonna have Shelby Joe Long. She's the vice president of Strategic Advisor Board, and we're going to have a great discussion about branding and emotional intelligence. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.